Love and Light Collective. I was not prepared to eke out a message so early this morning. And yet here we are, 10 on the timer. All right. Endings, new beginnings. It seems like I'm always talking about endings and new beginnings on this channel. Because for many of you, you have crossed over into that new beginning, new earth energy, right? But we're all somewhere on the path. So please take what resonates for you at this time. This message, as every message on the channel, is timeless, okay? But you got to use your intuition to navigate, lest you be confused. And I don't want that, all right? So you guys, if it's not making sense, all right, don't force it to. It won't work, okay? And that's okay. That's the most important part, is that that's okay. So take what resonates. I feel like this one has a little bit of something for everyone in a generic sense. However, overall, this could be basically like somebody's specific message. All right. I've gone ahead and pulled from one of the crystal deck oracles that I've recently acquired for the channel. There's that 111 new beginning energy. So thank you for those that do tip and donate and support the channel. I'm grateful to support it and you through it right back. Okay. Personal readings are closed at this time, okay? So there's that. However, thank you if you are still with me for joining in and clicking on this message. 144 on the timer, chosen ones. I love that. All right. Well, look up those angel numbers, would ya? They really help round out the message. All right. So here's the situation. Somebody, whether this is you and or the person on your mind, okay, perhaps, all right, you got to kind of F around and figure out first, all right? Just don't assume. You got to use your intuition. But the situation is that somebody is really at a crossroads where they've got to kind of forgive themselves and make a decision here, okay? And it's like, well, forgiveness for what? Well, for not knowing what they now know. Okay, so there's been something revealed to them, 222 on the timer. Gosh, you want to look that one up. Just saying. I'm not going to spoon feed you every freaking cheat code, or angelic code, I should say. So come back and tell me what 222 means, collective, all right? Thank you for those that actually interact, and hit up the comments section and talk to me there. That's always a pleasant point of my day, if I do say so myself. So thank you. Now, continuing on with the message, all right? So it's like what they know now, all right? Now, I'm looking at the cards. Now, bear with me. I'm using the playing cards, outing myself there, just in case I do actually give the cards title. And you're like, well, that ain't tarot, right? It's not. But I promise the message stands, okay? I got this. You got this. We got this, okay? But from what I'm seeing in the cards here, somebody, for some of you, it was like, okay, the old adage of, hey, the grass actually wasn't greener, with this Three of Pentacles leading into the Five of Cups and Five of Wands. And you guys, I need you to know, the Five of Cups and the Five of Wands came out simultaneously in sync, okay? The deck was shuffled, so there's that, okay? So you could be seeing 5-5, or there is that 10 energy I believe we've spoke of. Interestingly enough, on the other side of this icky kind of 5 town, we've got an ace, specifically in love. All right, this is what this person wants with you, and or you with them. Okay, take the energy as it resonates. And you guys, sometimes the energies flip flop, so be mindful. All right, so they want this new beginning, and that coming out with the Two of Swords, indicating they've made the decision. All right, so I don't know if in the past they just simply had, more than one to choose from, or okay, because here's the other side of this coin. You guys, in the past, some of your people were suffering issues with lack of self-confidence, right? And so they looked at you and they were like, yeah, right, how am I going to keep her? How am I going to keep them, right? It's like, it's kind of like the inverse of the other old adage, it's cheaper to keep her. It was like, well, I'll get hurt less if I just hurt now instead of loving and then hurt later, right? Like, it's like, damn, like, you just couldn't even have this get off the ground and stay off the ground, huh, buddy? Like, whether guy, girl, what have you. So, take what resonates here. Again, this is a general collective message, collective, right? So if you'd like something personal, you're going to have to wait, okay? Because again, personal readings are closed, and I will make a very grandiose report on when that is actually no longer the case. Believe me, because I do prefer to keep the personal readings open, especially for you guys having a hard time. Maybe something comes up. I get that, but bear with me because I too am, going through some of my own hoops and, jumping over hurdles just the same, right? We're all connected. But again, like I've already previously channeled, I've got this, you got this, we got this. And as I say that, collective, I promise you, 555, hit the timer. 555, let's talk about it. This is like life-changing, earth-shattering type of energy in the realm of change for you. That's literally ending and new beginning energy. All right. And you've got victory over this with 611 on the timer. You just got to balance out, ground down a bit. All right. And I do see that in the oracle that I have pulled in clarification of the message. All right. And the first of which we do have green quartz. Spirit told me this was going to have a card with green on it, and I pulled the green quartz, okay? Speaks of abundance, creativity, and empathy, right? Speaks of the heart chakra, okay? This particular oracle states, quote, I give and receive loving, empathic energy, right? And we're going to talk about these cards. I just want to go through them real quick and then get the overall message and energies from them, okay? The next of which, coming out from this deck, amethyst and collective. You wouldn't believe this. It states infinite possibilities are available to you now. All right. Speaking of purification, spirituality, protection, and those third eye and crown chakras. All right. So you guys might want to be working with green quartz and or amethyst if you've got a bit of either of the two or both. All right. Maybe put them in a grid next to your bed. Do what feels right for you. Don't have to be all ritualistic with it. Different strokes for different folks, even in the realm of crystals. I mean, it is just what it is, right? Red jasper coming out next, indicating grounding. So there's that stone to help you ground down, right? Like we talked about, stabilizing and nurturing as well. All right. Speaking of the root and sacral chakras, you guys, you're going through heavy upgrades, I'm hearing to say. So that makes me feel like Metatron is in your midst, right? And I can't really say it enough. Crystals, I mean, man, you don't really have to do too much to get them to work. You know what I mean? If you're the right person. I mean, again, I don't want to go into that rabbit hole, but my collective, the crystals work for my collective. All right. Those that know, crystals don't work just for anyone or just for any entity. Okay, so there is that, but this is a general collective message, and I'm trying to keep the message short, so we won't go all the way down that rabbit hole. If you've got questions, hit your girl up, and you can check that description box below in order to do just that, all right? But this red jasper indicating I am open to all that is around me and all that is within me. All right, so I don't know about you, collective, but I've been learning some coursework here lately. And it kind of goes exactly like that, right? Like, it's almost like the point where my guides are like, could you just already, please and thank you, stop asking for assistance outside of you? You've got this, right? It's like, stop asking for the opinions. Stop immediately counting yourself out as if incapable when clearly are over-equipped. Like, just shit like that, right? And it can be so frustrating because you're like, my God, why am I all alone? Why am I the strongest one all the time? And you almost sound ungrateful for it, right? Because it's like, well, well, hold on a minute. Where was the problem? If you're the strongest one, where's the problem? And it's like, well, being the strongest one comes with the most responsibility, the most pressure, the hate crimes. Let's talk about it, right? Like, chosen ones know. That's why we've got chills on this. That's why we've got 144 coming out and 955 on the timer. You are due this new beginning. Excuse me. You are due perhaps even this tower energy, right? This tower moment energy. You guys, towers don't have to be like doom and gloom. They could be like the Moldavite, since we're talking crystals, right? Maybe you want to work with that. Um, Study to show yourselves approved on these crystals, guys. Some of them you cannot put together comfortably, right? You don't want to go around creating portals of nonsensical energies, right? Some of you can't sleep. You might want to add some selenite under your bed, or excuse me, I'm trying to say under your pillow. And study to show yourself approved. A lot of people say in the community, like, oh no, selenite is too high vibrational. It's for cleansing, it's for clearing, yes, but it's not for sleeping. But there are some that, require different strengths, okay? It's like medicine, you guys. Some people take certain drugs a certain way and others another way, right? Same drug, and maybe even for the same course of treatment intention, right? But not taken in the same dose or the same, time of day or night. It's like that, you guys, okay? The next card, Snowflake Obsidian, all right? And this speaks of supportive, centering, and balancing. So again, the red jasper and snowflake obsidian pair quite nicely, don't you think, collective? With that, supportive, grounding, balancing energy, right? Amethyst is also grounding as well, guys. If you've only got the amethyst, I mean, you're more than A-okay there, because the amethyst, I did forget to mention, really kind of hits all of the chakras in a general, generic sense. This is like your broad spectrum antibiotic right here, guys. If we're talking medicine. It hits a little bit of everything referable to the chakras. And now, of course, we did name specific chakras for the other cards, right? Amethyst specifically was only noting the third and crown chakras, but I promise you, collective, if you've only got the amethyst, it does support all of your chakras, okay? So there's that. And the snowflake obsidian indicating I am strong and highly adaptable, right? And lastly, but certainly not least, from this deck, the bottom of the deck indicating red tiger eye. I am confident, motivated, and passionate. Speaking of, again, that root chakra, confidence, motivation, and vitality. You guys, if you are smashing ass out there in them streets and them sheets, all right, be mindful to call back your energy, all right? Cleanse yourselves, even in, a loving, caring connection, you're exchanging energy, right? Do you want to drink someone's spit all the time just because you're thirsty for some water? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of, you gotta maintain, like, you cleanse your skin, right? And nobody goes, hey, the skin's on there, we don't really gotta do too much to it, it'll always stay. Not the case, right? Try not washing for 5 years and see what happens. Like, do you have skin now? Like, so maintenance is very important. That's why we're speaking of it, okay? It's not because oh, your lover's bad, your lover's out there cheating. No, but your lover's got its own, their own chakra systems, right? Even referable to the twin flame. Okay, even more of an excuse to cleanse because you guys share the same chakra systems. Make it make sense. It just is what it is. You've got to cleanse. You've got to care for yourselves. And the more you do that, the less you'll need to cleanse because you already care for yourselves. See how that works? Okay, that's not me calling anyone out. Please don't try it. All right, I'm here literally in love and light. I didn't even plan to get this message out. All right, so don't come for me. I promise. I'm not judging here. I don't want the karma for that. Okay, that'd be dumb. That would be the epitome of me playing dummy games and wondering why the fuck I got a dummy prize. So we don't do that around these parts. And so here we are. The message really is This person, all right, looking to come back around again, you got to use your intuition, collective. I mean, I can't say it enough, right? Because for some of you, this person looking to come back around maybe ain't it. 1444 on the timer. And you've got angelic realm assistance, yes, but also protection from this person. All right. So you've got to use your intuition. Hey, is the divine saying choose me or choose the connection, right? Of course, we're never choosing anyone or anything or any connection over ourselves, such that we lose ourselves and no longer care for ourselves and no longer cleanse our energy, right? See how that works? It's a lifestyle, 1511 on the timer. There's that change opportunity and the new beginning energy. It's ready for you. Are you ready for it? Maybe some of you need to cleanse for it to come in, right? For this person to come back around if that's what you want. All right. Know what you want, guys. This person's going to come back around because they know, or they believe that they know what they want. They believe that they have made the decision to choose you. Okay. However, this is a short spread. I'm fitting this reading in, and it's already running kind of long. You guys probably are feeling like, all right, are we done? So, I'm not, as a reader, comfortable with the short spread telling you, hey, Spirit's saying 1010%. Let him come on in. Tell him, come on home, daddy. Like, I'm not necessarily getting that for every one of you. I'm getting it for some. And that's the clearest way I can state that. So again, use your intuition. All right. This person's looking to come back around, and the advice for some is that you can clearly be receptive and loving, that this person coming back around when they are ready, when the divine allows them to be unbenched for some of you, right? That they will be able to, properly exchange energy, of course, inclusive of love, right? But for some of you in the past, this person couldn't even express to you that they didn't want that sandwich off of the menu. They wanted the other one, and they want fries. They don't want the fucking potato. You know what I mean? Chills on that. Someone's dealing with someone that really just is not able to readily, clearly express themselves. I don't know if this ties in with that self-confidence or lack thereof. All right. If it ties in with that energy or not, or if this person is just built a little different. Okay, neurodivergence comes to mind. All right, let's talk about it. Some people, they operate differently than you. Could you imagine, right? Maybe that was some of the issue in the past. You couldn't imagine that. You just assumed everybody was you. 1717 on the timer, reducing to 88. Seems like there's more alignment energy chills on this for those that are resonating with this channeled message, okay? That this person will be coming back and will be, according to the divine, able to be allowed to be back under your good graces if you deem it to be the case. Of course you've got free will here. I'm not channeling otherwise. I never would. And if I ever do, click off, right? Literally. Free will is a bittersweet sitch, right? But you do have your own participation in it all. I guess this is the best way to say, right? Now, for others, you've got to decide. Okay, it's like, yeah, okay, buddy, I see you and I raise you. It's like you thought you were going to make the decision for both of us. You thought you were going to do like in moon cycles past and show up on my door, try to kick it down and tell me what the law is for both of us? No. Those days are gone, right? I forgive myself for not knowing my strength that I always had, that I still do carry. Okay? And maybe somebody's name is Carrie as well. I meant Carrie, Carry, of course. But it could be someone's name of significance. Doesn't have to be the case. So, I got to leave it at that, collective. You've got to decide here, what you want. This forgiveness card states, I choose to believe that every step I have taken to arrive at this level of awareness has been a necessary component of acquiring the understanding I embody today. Exactly. So, it's like I channeled already. For many of you, you're like, nah, I'm good on that. Good on you for playing catch up about how badass I always was, but I'm good, right? It's not even giving a thank you, let alone a next. Okay, but on the best days for those of the collective attached to this energy, it's at least giving thank you next. Okay, whether you listen to Ariana Grande or not, or Grande. But yeah. So it's kind of giving lesson learned for some of you, you know. So I don't really know. It's kind of giving like a 50-50 split. I'm not really getting an overarching energy of like you guys being like excited about this. Even those that, you know, maybe would try again, you're like, should I? Like, so, you know, you're really going to have to ground down, like, for sure, firstly. You've got to meditate, okay? You've got to be centered before you even start trying to double check whatever decision or decisions you believe you've already made. Especially, you guys, if when you're being honest with yourselves, you're not sure, okay? You can feel confident, but being sure is a little bit different than being confident about your emotional state of it all, etc., right? Because there's a lot that's happened with this connection that's made you rightfully close off, okay? And so you've got to kind of, you know, take a look back at, you know, what do you want from this person, and almost kind of glean before even asking that of them, if they're even capable, you know what I mean? And some of you might need to, chills on this, reassess if they're even capable. Those energy readers know, okay, what I mean by that. It's like energy's fluid. So you could have seen this person literally, you know, on their last days of rock bottom, or in the throes of rock bottom, and now energy's fluid. They're on the come up, right? Divine's unbenching them and you know, teaching them they're stronger now, etc. And you would have to almost kind of see that, right? You'd have to almost kind of F around to find out. So that's the clearest way I can read all of these energies coming through the card. And gosh, it was a lot. All right. So hopefully I have done my due diligence to bring you clarity and not confusion, because I don't rock very well with that spirit, and neither should you. So if for whatever reason you're confused by any of this, please just let it sit, okay? You don't need to take it, carry it around, cradle it, and magnify it. You know what I mean? So please use your intuition. And of course, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Again, check that description box. Thank you for those that stuck around. Gosh, we're at 22 on the timer. That's a very significant angel number as well. And hopefully you look that one up too. It could resonate. I love you guys. I miss you guys. Bear with me on the lives. It's going to be a minute because I'm in heavy transition. And so everything is broken down and packed up at the moment. But I do appreciate you appreciating me for trying to get out some messages to you in the meantime. Because, you know, you guys, if you find people that appreciate you, please appreciate them back. I mean, it can be such a rare gem for some people to be appreciated. You would never want to take being appreciated for granted. All right? I love you guys, and I certainly appreciate you. Love and light.